versus Malaysia, but here it's Malaysia versus Korea, and with Lee Yong-dae going down quite sensationally, really, in the first match of the day, not on our TV call, an adjacent call on court 2 to Laban and Rituyul in the mixed doubles. He will be feeling a bit sore today. There's our umpires and service judge Christian Johannesson, Denmark, and Kelvin Martin at the service judge. But I would think that he will be out for vengeance right here, so watch out, Koo Kian Kiet and Tan Boon Hyung. We will see how this unfolds, but it could be a real absolute cracker, this. The Koreans, by reputation, have an extraordinary style. They are so fast in every department, but the Malaysians have come here with real ambition. And I'm sure that their ranking here would suggest that number 2, the mixed doubles pair of Koo and Tan, will have big expectations, because that ranking compares with 4 of their Korean partner opposition. There's a bit of nail biting there, but I'm sure we've been treated to a really, really interesting semi-final day already, and this could really cap it off very nicely. Malaysia, I'm sure there are a lot of people watching already, waiting in great anticipation. Let's hope ultimately we can deliver a very entertaining match. That's the most important thing. I've got with me still, of course, Gillian Clark, who is, well, a great exponent of doubles play, and she will tell us what we're going to look out for with the strengths of these two pairs. Jill.
Well, first of all, we're having a look at Lee Yong-dae, just 20 years of age. Of course, the whole badminton world first took notice of him when he won 3 gold medals at the World Junior Championships in Seoul in 2005. But what a sensation not only he is in world badminton terms, but as far as the Malaysians were concerned, bursting onto the world scene. Only their 2nd ever tournament together, the Asian Games in Doha, they took the gold medal. So Jung Jae-sung and Lee Yong-dae seeded 4, and one of the reasons their world ranking has dropped is because this man, Jung Jae-sung, has been doing his military service. Had to take time out after the first 2 Super Series events of the year. Couldn't play then in the All England and Swiss Open. But now back, and back looking very sharp indeed.
We've seen Maniakis in the corner before, but Rexy it's this time in the Malaysian side, although of course an Indonesian player. Immediately Yong-dae comes up with a really good first serve, and now a second serve. It's 2-love. I recall.
I think the Korean pair are going to go all-out attack, and sometimes it bewilders me with the Malaysians. They seem content at times just to defend, and as a spectator, knowing how explosive and wonderful they can be in their attacking style, it's almost frustrating sometimes to watch them, because I know how good they are when they're taking the game to their opponent, but sometimes they don't want to do that, and I don't understand why.
Interesting points. That's out of court. He came perilously close last shot. It was very, very close to going out. The lefty in this combination is Tan Boon Hyung. It's better. It's 2-4. Koo Kian Kiet. He partnered Hui Lin, and they had a couple of good successes before going out against Widianto and Natsir. Who's still serving.
Oh, that's a tremendous smash from Tan. Look at the elevation on that. I think one of the things about the Malaysian pair as well, they very much have a favoured formation, which is Koo at the front of the court, hunting the net play, and his left-handed partner at the back, thundering down the smashes.
Good placement there from Yongdae for 5-4. And for 6-4 now. Good work for 5-6 now. You mentioned about the attacking. Yes, they have to. That's exactly what they've managed to do and pick up a couple of points as a result.
They're all very flat and fast and furious at the moment. Be nice to see a little change of pace, see a couple of blocks or defensively just guiding the shuttle into the open space.
Realistically, you know, it would be hugely disappointing for the Koreans not to make a final. They've had lots of ambition here, and of course with that mixed doubles earlier, having lost out and been certainly favourites for it, number 1 seeds, Yongdae comes in to intervene at the net there, puts it down for 7-all. And I said they will be hurting, because if they don't get into a final from this position or this particular match, they'll be blanked out completely in the World Championships final day. After all that wonderful success in the Olympics.
8-7.
It was a very clever shot from Lee Yongdae, just pushing it past Koo enough that he had to really turn and try and play the shuttle once it had gone past him. Dangerous thing to do. Here's the change of pace.
Great defence. Yongdae, he's
9,
phenomenal.
7.
Fantastic defence. I can see your eyes drifting over to the court. Jason as well, Jill. It's all very, very tight and tense there.
Oh, that's brilliant. What a great shot. Little hold and flick, thinking about placement rather than power and speed.
They go to the break. It's 11-7 in the first, and Korea, having been behind several times in the opening exchanges, now find themselves with a 4-point lead. And really, it's the question of that net. We always say it, domination of the net. And they certainly are not going back on their heels. They're coming forward, and that's upsetting the number 2 seeds from Malaysia. 11-4. 11-7, I beg your pardon.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Jung Jae-sung.
Well, I think Koo was asking him to change the shuttle, and he's said no, quite happy with this one.
Play. Service over.
Good return of the service there, very, very tight. 8-11.
Nine, 11.
Oh, that's great. That's really good for 10-11. 3 in a row, and the Malaysians
11.
are fighting hard here. They're being very, very aggressive. Mixing it up well. Another mistake at the net. Yongdae puts it to net, and it's 11s.
Yeah, he's just going through a bit of a bad spell at the moment, is Lee Yongdae. And as much as he'll be telling himself, you know, to be up for this semi-final, I think the psychological impact of losing that mixed doubles semi-final is having an effect on this match.
5 points in a row for the Malaysians. They go to 12-11 in the lead in this first game. What a turnaround. Well, whatever Rexy said at that break, it's certainly working.
Oh, there's the change of pace. I said that I wanted to see a few more drop shots or a little delicate pushes, and what a wonderful shot from Jung Jae-sung.
It's fascinating. They are really, really putting pressure on. Both teams trying to come forward, but it's the Malaysians who've got just that little bit of an edge at the moment at 13-12. These wonderfully colourful shirts they're wearing, flame-coloured. Lots of screaming and shouting around this court. It's actually all for Malaysia, particularly on our TV court, but most certainly a spectacular recovery. At 22-all in the second, having taken the first, the Malaysians, Zachary and Fairuz doing really well next door. Racket.
Would you believe
yeah, I
that?
can't believe it. That is absolutely stunning.
Well, I think that in all honesty that the Koreans got distracted by the fact that Tan had dashed off to the side of the court to pick up a new racket. I mean, basically all they had to do was play the shuttle over and in, and it would have been an outright winner.
Is he giving him a yellow card? No, please. Come on. You can't be serious. Umpire Christian Johannesson.
Well, I think he's grazed his hand, has Kikian Kiat, and with blood injuries nowadays, I think you have to get those treated, or the doctor has to have a look at it.
Ah, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, he's calling for the.
Well, I'm relieved that it is a break for that, because I thought for a moment he was going to take him for. In fact, he really doesn't want to go off. Rexy is saying, nope, we don't want them to go off. We want them to stay on. They've got momentum at 15-12 in the first. The doctor has been called in. I think a band-aid or something like that will probably do the trick. We're looking here at Jung Jae-sung, but actually all the action is right there in front of us. Oh, again, we're missing it.
I do find it bewildering, John, when all the rules today about blood injuries and so on, and I can understand why we have the rules in sport about blood injuries, and then we see time and time again doctors coming on and bandaging up the blood injury, and they're not wearing gloves.
True. We saw a cutaway during that particular break. Happy Independence Day, and I think that goes for all of us. It is Independence Day for India, 63 years old today. There's lots of celebrations around this huge country.
That was great attacking play from Tan. Look at the elevation once again on his jump smash. But it is so much their favoured formation. Him at the back, Ku at the front.
That's great. Fantastic play at the net.
17-12.
17-12.
They've won 10 of the last 11 rallies. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Service over. 13-17.
Well, I must say, all the pressure was on Jung Jae-sung with that one. He came up with the goodies ultimately off an error, but he did have pressure on that forehand side. 14-17 in the first. Way out of court from Tam Boon Hyung.
15-17. Service fault called.
Service fault called. Racket not pointing in a downward direction.
18-15.
Kelvin Martin just pointing out to him, you lifted up your racket head too high. 18-15.
Oh, great net shot. Set up the rally.
Again, it's that huge angle. It's not just the power. Brilliant. 19-15. Oh, he left it. Oh my goodness, it was a great dive.
16.
Young Dae was so tempted to play that. Look at this. Oh no, he was dummying it. He was actually playing with us. It's a bit, well, certainly a bit of showboating there. It looked as if he was going to take it onto his racket head to serve. But he's showboating or not, he missed out on that one. Wants to practice
16.
again, it'll do him no good. It's 20 points to 16 here. This men's doubles semi-final at the World Champs. It's inside, it's a fantastic, fabulous shot at the net, and I tell you what, Koo Kian Kia did a great job there, and the Malaysians, having sucked up a little bit of air in the first part of that game, came through and did a brilliant job, Jill.
Yes, they certainly did. I mean, being 7-11 down at the mid-game interval, coming back and winning it 21-16, but it was that little phase of play where they won 10 of 11 points to take them to 17-12 up that really was the decisive move. But the more that the Malaysians attack and the more that they're able to play in their favoured formation, with Tan thundering down the smashes from the back of the court and Ku finishing it off from the net, the more likely they are to win this encounter.
Interesting that they've had to split their forces, of course, in terms of the bench. Rexy is behind these two players, Kien Kiat and Tam Bon Hyung, probably thinking they have the best chance.
Second game.
But on the other side,
Double. Play.
they have got Rosman Razak also looking after the interests of a very, very impressive Zachary and Fairoz Iswan. So here we go, second game. First error
Service over.
for Malaysia. 1-love
1-love.
to Korea.
The lift is long of that back line, and
Service over. 1.
the Koreans really will have to be very, very cautious. They've somehow got to turn the tactics around in this match, because they've been forced to do so much defending. But if they're defending from this end of the court, they're likely to lift long and out of the far end because of the drift. It's a great rally.
It's a superb rally, Joe. Men's doubles at its absolute best. It's a pity it was lost on an error, but that was absolutely first-class play. All four players playing it, well, their focus, extraordinary. Lee Young-dae takes the shuttle, and it's a change of shuttle, but wow, that was stunning.
Oh, he's missed it.
Yeah.
Too big a swing of the racket. When you're at the net, you only need a short, sharp movement of the racket head to bring the shuttle down so steeply. There, a big swing, and unless the timing is perfect, that's what happens. You hit long of the back line.
Service over.
Young-dae to net, it's 2-3. Okay, they just varied the angle and the approach of that enough. They know very well that the Malaysians can defend like tigers. Like Malaysian tigers, Harimau. In fact, the team is basically named after the tiger. Used to wear tracksuits with tiger stripes on it.
5-2.
Look how deep the Malaysians' defensive stance are. They're almost back at the doubles service line. One of the things when you're defending in doubles, you've got to have the courage to stand your ground. Go too deep in court and then you've got no chance really.
Service over.
Dae-sung was really disappointed with that one. They're making good progress and then suddenly he fluffs his lines there. Great lead. Both of them tempted to take it, but that drew a great round of applause from... Oh, it was close. Good round of applause from Rexy.
Yeah, it was a good lead, though it was just a fraction long of that back line.
Good pressure there, but again, lots of action, both sides, forcing Young-dae back to the back of the court, into the corner. That's very interesting strategy from the Malaysians.
I think Koo has got to be careful that he doesn't get carried away and a little too overconfident and a little too overambitious. Sometimes he starts trying shots that really, if he just put the shuttle away. That's brilliant. See, once again, he was trying to do something very special. He was trying to whip the shuttle across court, and it was intercepted and severely dealt with.
Well, you don't give this young man any chances to do that, because if anybody can do it, he's the boy. Sensational player, Lee Young-dae. Young-dae sets it up. Dae-sung finishes it off.
Service over. 5-8.
He's definitely the one that's making the errors though, isn't he? Lee Yong-dae on the Korean side. Kang Kyun-jin, World Championship medalist in the mixed doubles, now coaching the Korean doubles players.
Must be so funny, Jill. You saw them very young, and then you see them with greying hair.
Service over.
I think we could be here for a third.
9-5. 10-5.
Oh, that's a tremendous smash from Koo.
6-10.
Aiming down towards the right-hand side, and Lee Yong-dae trying to defend with the backhand action. He's pushed that wide.
That was not good. They go to the break. It's 11 points to 6 in favour of Korea, and suddenly the Koreans are certainly in very, very much better shape and form right now, but I think it's on errors, and maybe they're trying too hard at the other side, or maybe they're taking it too easy. Which is it?
Well, in my opinion, I think that there was a rally where I specifically thought Koo Kiat was a little ambitious. I thought he was, dare I say it, a little cocky. He was trying to do something a little bit too clever, and from that moment I thought they've lost the focus, they've lost the intensity, and as far as the Malaysians are concerned, they've got to go back to simple but positive.
Good advice in the Malaysian corner by Gillian Clark.
Play.
And at 11-6, the Koreans are in good shape for this second game. Touched, it's 12-6.
Service over.
Yeah. Poor old, well, not so old, young man Lee Yong-dae. Really is struggling at the moment, isn't he?
Inconsistent, I think, at the moment, his form. So young in his career to be Olympic champion. And again, it is one of the major issues in professional sport. Where do you go from there when you have success so early? He's still a huge talent, and still will have a lot of championship tournaments wins to his name, there's no doubt at all, but with his doubles partner, who has shown some areas of weakness. They lost this morning, rather early this afternoon, against Laban and Rittayul, so they're out of the mixed doubles.
Service over. 13-9.
That's very, very clever.
Yep.
Fast drop down the centre of the court from Tan, looking as if he's going to play another one of his huge smashes. Great deception.
It's out, it's 14-10.
14-10.
just doesn't look as comfortable at the front of the court, does he, Tan? Yeah, that's good play.
Service over.
Taking the initiative, that's what he does best, coming forward.
14.
Turning him inside at the moment, and that is 15-11.
15-11.
And they just continue dominating this second part of the second game. And that is at 16-11. And I'm afraid Malaysia looking so good for at least one, if not two, men's doubles players in the final of the World Championships. Right now, on an adjacent court, we see that Kairos and Zakri have just lost out to the dominant pair from China.
Service over.
So it's all left to this pair right in front of us now. Xia Yun and Fu Haifeng have gone through to the final. Now, can Malaysia resist? Right here.
17-12.
And get Ku and Tan to play them.
Tan Boon Hyung looking so awkward to me at the net. That's nice. Lovely change of pace once again. The disguise.
13-17.
Super shot.
Oh, yeah. Good work, Jaisong. 18-13.
How many errors from Tan Boon Hyung when he's at the front of the court?
You've said it so many times, I guess you must be bored with saying it, but it's absolutely a point worth reiterating. 19-13, Korea will force a third.
Service over.
Finds one this time, but it's too little too late.
14-19.
The umpire for this last semi-final, Malaysia from Singapore.
Service over.
Service done.
That is now game point 2014 to Korea.
And now to the women's doubles semi-finalist. It's all China semi-final. The first pair, Ma Jing and Wang Shou.
Oh, fantastic. Spectacular, and when he's absolutely in the zone, he is undeniably one of the finest doubles players around. Lee Yong-dae comes up with a jump shot and leaves it absolutely stone cold at the net. Super stuff. 21-14? Yes, 21-14 in the second. 1-all, we go to a third. Tabule.
Lee, so. Lucy, cool, Lucy. Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, one last big effort from all of us. Christian Johannesson calls them to play 1-1 in games. Final match here for us in the semi-finals of the World Championship. Malaysia's last chance to have a finalist. Korea's last chance to have a finalist. Good start.
Much flatter smash that time from Tan Boon Hyung.
1-love.
Right into the chest of Lee Yong Dae.
It's gone, it's 1-1. Such fast reactions. We're about 35 metres back from the court. I am looking at the monitor as well, but my gosh, it's fast from this distance. What's it like there down at court?
Service over.
That's better. Koo Kian Kiat intercepts.
2-1.
I think in the opening game the success that the Malaysians enjoyed was very much because Tam was smashing from the back of the court and Koo was very much involved in the front, and as indeed he was in that rally. In the second game we didn't really see much of Koo, and he was taken out of the game, or maybe he didn't get himself involved enough, and I think really he is the key to this. If he can dominate the front of the court and set things up, get the lift, the tall left-hander, then Malaysia have a real chance. If he can't do that, they will struggle.
Koo trying to change the angle on the previous shot, but they win out there in that net battle at 4-2. It's gone.
Service over.
It's so intense at the net, and obviously just waiting for that one to drift out, but so much to this game, particularly the doubles. There's some skill levels here that are just extraordinary.
5-3.
Watch the way they crouch, the way that they spend so much time, you know, in very, very tough body positions.
Service over. 4-5.
Marching to serve to Zhao Yunwei. The ball, play.
That's good. It's 6-4 to Malaysia.
6.
A little bit lucky, I think, but yeah, Jai Sun thought it was going to go wide. He left it. Shouldn't have. Good hit.
Yeah, and it was good placement as well. The channel attack hit down the centre of the court. Trying to force a weak reply in doubles. Can't expect to hit many winners from the back of the court. All about building the rally. Oh, that was a real snatch from Koo Kian Kiat.
He had no chance of changing the angle there, did he? It was just, he didn't allow it to come onto the racket at all. He was trying to hit it. It was like trying to hit a volley from a corner. It's so difficult to do in soccer.
6-7.
Yeah, really making Jung move at the net. Jung Jae-sung, look, he's coming forward, having to play the shot at full stretch.
And they know the moment it leaves the racket that the lines are going to be crossed. 8-6. Come on, that's good. Oh.
That's good work by the Malaysians.
9-6.
Coming forward the whole time, Kuki and Kiat. And significantly pushing the Korean pair deeper and deeper in their defensive stance. But it's interesting that both pairs have done better when they've been the near side of the court as we look down. And therefore, even if the Malaysians change with the advantage at the mid-game interval, far from over.
It's a comment you've made time and again, and there's no doubt that this is the favoured end, the end where our commentary booth is, the end where Malaysia are at the moment. Somehow they're finding it a bit easier. Good work. How many times have we seen him, the lefty, Tan Boon Hyung, rising to the challenge?
10-6.
Yes, he certainly so far today he's played very, very well indeed. Sometimes I have felt in the past that Tan Boon Hyung, when a match gets really tight, he gets very, very nervous. But I have to say, the way he's performed so far, can't criticise him at all. He really has done a sterling job.
His partner, Kuk Yan Kiat, gives up a point at the net, so... it's 8-10. I mean, you're not wrong about the vulnerability there of KKK. Well, we've got, you know, very, very hard to say, but we do have an umpire on an adjacent court who's shouting out in the middle of a rally. It's coming out on a system that's being relayed, and I tell you what, Rexy is not happy with that either. 9-10. It really is very distracting, I would have thought. Good shot. They go to the break, 11-9 in the lead in this third and final game of this men's double semi-final. Malaysia have the lead, but it's touch and go. They have to change ends, of course, and it's a little bit harder to work against the breeze here in the Kaciboli Stadium. But what do you think about the sound of the umpire screaming and shouting in the middle of a rally?
Well, the thing that surprises me is that it seems that as far as going to the PA, the public address, the umpire on the adjacent court seems to have the microphone up high so that all the audience can hear her calling the score, and yet we don't have the same on our television court. Yep. That I think is what the problem is because we're hearing one umpire and not the other.
True.
Certainly in the arena.
That's true. 11-9.
11-9.
No, that's better.
Service over.
Both the Koreans have got such power. Unbelievable jump shot
11.
there. Jae-sung has made a few errors and he's got the shuttle now for the serve, but by golly, it's still within their grasp, this final place. Good lead. It's a very good lead.
Service over.
That decision, that split-second decision,
12,
was a very good
10.
one. 12-10.
Service over.
Well, it was a good low serve from Koo Kiat, but didn't really look and hunt for the third shot. You see where his racket was down low. Such a believer in just holding your racket up, and it puts your opponents off. Your opponents think, I've got to lift it over their heads, and then you've got what you want. You've got the attacking play. That's going to go wide.
Yet another huge demolition job by Tam Boon Hyung.
13,
That left,
11.
I don't know what it is, but that left-handed smash is causing all kinds of problems for the Koreans. They can't pick it. It's got power, but it's also got great placement.
Service over.
The net cord caused the problems there. It was only
12,
three-quarter court.
13.
Jae-sung hit it well, but Yongdae, no problems at the net. 12-13. Korea within one.
Oh, it was an extravagant shot to try from Lee Yong-dae. He was taking the shuttle so late.
14,
Look,
12.
and Koo was coming forward to the net.
There's a danger in believing your own invincibility. Well, everything that they write in the press says that he can perform miracles. He can't.
Service over.
13-14, and Yongdae will get it back again. Here he is. No, into the body from Jae-sung. 14 all in the third. How good is this? Fighting for a place in the final, the only competitors from their country.
Which landed on.
Chance. Yep. It's been overruled, is it? No. No, it was called good.
Yeah. Oh my goodness me. What did I say about when things get tight? Tam Boon Hyung sometimes gets very nervous. The error on the low serve.
There's a difference between letting your shoulders and arms do the work on a big hit. Another one needing the subtleness. Oh my goodness, that could be
16.
a really big and important moment. Well in. Bad judgment. Oh dear.
17.
Second bad judgment. This time it wasn't on the lines, it was a lack of communication in the pairs. They're under pressure. 17-15.
That's a good smash from Koo Kiat.
16,
Putting body and soul into that.
16-17, still the Koreans lead.
This is brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, no!
Biggest point.
Oh!
17 all. Stunning. I can tell you now, both Rexy Manayaki and Rosman Razak rose in unison to celebrate that one. It was extraordinary. Look at them, up together. Super fight back. This is heart. Korea and Malaysia, powerhouses now and in former years in the badminton world, fighting to have a country representation in the final day of competition at the Worlds. China are going to dominate, no surprise in that. Denmark have come through with a representative. Only one of these can make it. 17 all. Quality play. Oh my goodness. Jai Sung celebrates what has been an extraordinary rally. Do you know what? I don't recall actually breathing during that one, Jill. That was amazing.
Terrific badminton, it really is. The Koreans absolutely desperate to make it through to their second consecutive World Championship final. So many expectations 2 years ago from this Malaysian pair playing on home soil at the World Championships in Kuala Lumpur, and they failed to deliver. This is so important for both pairs.
18-17. Lee Yong-dae will serve for Korea. Third game. Ooh, 18 all. The drama has certainly arrived here at the Gachibowli Stadium in Hyderabad. We were hoping for something special. We were let down in the first matchup with Taufik and Chen Jin. It was a no contest. Taufik gave it up at 21-6 in the second. We have come to the extremes here in this last match. It is absolutely enthralling. Oh my goodness, what happened there?
Wow.
Well, do you know, was he waiting for another serve? What happened?
Well, no, what happened was Tan threw in a very high flick serve, high in where he struck the shuttle. It wasn't called a fault by the service judge. Lee Yong-dae cannot believe it hasn't been called as a fault.
He threw his racket towards the service judge. This is, you know, wow, the pressure is on. There is no doubt at all. The point has been given to the Malaysian, and we have our commentator just beside us here from RTM in Malaysia going absolutely wild. With excitement, that is. It's 19 all.
19.
Well, that time the serve from Tan was not a good one. Got what it deserved.
Jai Sung.
That's going to go wide.
It is out. He just put a little bit too much effort into that, and Malaysia could go home empty-handed again. Okay, they have potential for the bronze, but look at this. At 2019, Jung Jae-sung, Lee Yong-dae have fought so hard for this one. Jae-sung serving to Koo Kien-kian. He's got that point, all important point to level things at 20.
Well, what courage on match point. The Malaysians didn't hold back at all when you're match point down. Well, great courage.
It is, Coach, considering you've actually put him under huge pressure by saying he's had a poor match at the net. But he came up with the goodies there. Still loads of effort required. You don't put it half court to Lee Yong-jae and expect to get the shuttle with anything but down to the floor. It's now match point again, Korea. That's it wide. Oh, down to the knees. Jung Jae-sung and Lee Yong-jae celebrate. Commiserations, Koo Kien-kat and Tam Boon-yong. Malaysia, with so much expectation, have gone out once again at the crucial stage. Zachary Fairuz-Izwan went out after thinking that they had it. Oh, you have to feel for Koo and Tan. But Jung and Lee have shown courage and real talent to come through again for an extraordinary final. They'll be matched up against the Chinese duo of Cha Yun and Fu Haifeng in the final tomorrow. But that was a really exciting way to end today. Your comments, Jill Clark.
What a fabulous match it was, and certainly the Malaysians had their chances, but really it was sensational badminton all the way through. Both Lee Yong-jae and Koo Kien-kat had their patches where they went off form, but their partners backed them up. They came back into form, and we ended up with an absolute cracker. There you can see confirmation of the score. 16-21, 21-14, 22-20 in the deciding game. Really was a brilliant men's doubles, and as far as the Koreans are concerned, Jung Jae-sung and Lee Yong-jae through to their second consecutive World Championship final.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed our coverage today. We've just got a few highlights going on in front of us. But on this Independence Day in India, 63 years old, they must have enjoyed what they've seen in front of them, hosting a wonderful World Championship semi-final. I hope you can join us again tomorrow for the final of the World Championships. This is John Burgess on behalf of Jill Clark saying a very good night from Hyderabad.
First game, Chen Su, Zhao Yunlei, 1-6.